Victory Seekers, the time has come for Battle March, a brand new 4-episode arc on Onward with Onrie, where you will join me on the front lines of 3 major comic book conventions that will kick off the 2019 season for Shin and MARX. Next week, you will witness convention warfare from my perspective. This will give you the opportunity to learn and grow with me and develop your strategy based on what I'm experiencing as it's happening. Now, we've got a lot of work to do, so let's get to it. Right now, I'm in my warehouse, preparing for my first convention, Emerald City Comic-Con, and I'm not going light on myself this year. After pulling off a magnificent victory at last year's show, I decided it's time to take on the ultimate challenge of my own creation, the 1500 comic book battle, and this time, I'm doing it alone. The concept of the 1500 comic book battle is simple. I have 4 days to sell 1,500 comics and graphic novels. Now, why would I do this to myself? Because I want to and because I can. I've completed this challenge 3 years in a row at New York Comic Con, and I've always had help from my team when surmounting it. Now, in the past, I chose New York Comic Con as the battleground because it's one of the most densely populated conventions in the world. Now I want to see if I can do it again in a completely different city and on my own. This is going to be risky, but if it pays off, it'll be worth it. This is all part of my quest to become greater. There is no one coming to my rescue this time. It's just me and 1,500 comics and graphic novels. It feels good to package up books again. I feel confident and ready to do this. It's been 5 months since I've last set foot on a convention floor, and I'm anxious to get back into battle. Am I scared that I may not pull this off? Absolutely. You never know what to expect when you go into a convention. There are so many variables that are beyond your control that it can be downright daunting. I have butterflies in my stomach, and at the same time, I've got goosebumps. I'm anxious. I'm worried about what I might overlook. I'm worried about whether or not my books will arrive on time. There are just so many things that could go wrong, and because this is my operation, the only person who gets blamed if something does go wrong is me. But this isn't my first convention, and when I strategize, I always shoot for goals that I have a strong feeling that I can accomplish. This is what allows me to get on the show floor and make my stand. Fear is a very normal thing to feel, and no matter how confident you are in yourself, you can't ignore it, or else it'll come out in ways you don't expect. Fear itself has an acronym that can be broken down into 2 different meanings. Forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. My fear only lasts until I actually get on the floor. After that, it becomes all about the experience of turning people on to Shin and MARX. I commit myself to every attendee that walks on the convention floor. I know that my fears are rooted in all the things that are currently beyond my control. Once I have my books and am at my destination and am suited for battle, I'll finally be able to relax and enjoy the experience of showcasing my work at a major comics convention. It's what living the dream is all about. The excitement and joy of turning each and every single reader onto mine and my team's work is the ultimate rush. And to see books fly off my table in the hands of satisfied customers is what makes this job endlessly rewarding. But there are a lot of logistics and expenses that go into every convention. And it's taken me a very long time to figure out how to properly prepare for shows to ensure that I don't overspend and that I don't overexert myself. Emerald City Comic-Con is going to be a tough show, but it's only the first of 3, and I won't have help at any of these shows that I'm going to. Therefore, I'll need to make sure that I pace myself accordingly. A lot of time and preparation goes into these shows too, and I have had 5 months to get myself ready for all this, and I still wonder if I'm ready. After all, there are no guarantees in life. The only thing I have control over is myself and my own strategy as I get on the show floor. I also have no idea what kinds of curveballs might be thrown at me personally. I have no idea how I'll feel and how that could potentially affect me. There are endless variables to consider, but it's not worth getting lost in anticipation. If things can go wrong, they will go wrong, and when they do, I'll figure out a solution as quickly as I can. All I can ever do, all any of us can ever do, is our best. And as long as I do my best at this show, and the ones that follow, I will never lose. Whether I sell out at this convention or not, the fact of the matter is that I'm going to give this all I've got. From the moment I set foot on the floor to the moment I have to pack up and leave, I'm going to keep a balanced front. I can't tell you that I'm going to be feeling positive on all fronts, because honestly I have no idea what the hell is waiting for me, and that is where my fear is coming from. I hope that I'll be charged with positive energy, but again, there are no guarantees. But I am confident in myself and my ability to adapt to the challenges that are set before me, and therefore, I know that I will prevail. And on top of that, I believe in the work that my team and I have done together. Every time I step into battle, I do so with the intent to display the mettle and might of Shin and MARX, which no doubt inspires the people I work with to do their very best. And because they do, I have the power to stand. The book that cannot be defeated in battle will return at Emerald City Comic-Con. If you happen to be there, you can find me at booth 2119. Feel free to come by and hang out with me. I look forward to seeing you. If you're planning to exhibit at the show, then I wish you the very best of luck. Battle March continues next week, my friends. So until then, onward to victory.